Hey Nintendo fans! Next week is going to be huge because Nintendo is kicking off a 12-day playtest for something big related to Nintendo's Switch Online. What's really interesting is that this playtest runs into November, hinting at something major for 2025, not this year. Now, Nintendo just dropped a pretty unusual email and it's hard to ignore. They teased something for 2025 in a very direct way, sparking a lot of curiosity about the future of Nintendo's online services. The email itself celebrates the 3rd anniversary of the expansion pass for Nintendo's Switch Online, kind of a strange thing to celebrate, right? But it's Nintendo, and they love doing things their own way. What really caught our attention was the ending. What excitement will the next year bring for Nintendo's Switch Online Plus expansion pack members? Stay tuned to find out. That's got us all buzzing. So what could this mean? Well, we've been tracking shipping data and leaks, and there are hints pointing to some exciting updates. But before we dive deeper, don't forget, we're on the road to 140,000 subscribers. Hit that subscribe button and join us for more Nintendo news and updates. Let's get into it. Over the past few months, some interesting things have been showing up in Nintendo's shipping data, particularly with their manufacturing partners. At first, we thought this was about the Nintendo Switch 2, and yes, there have been some clues. But what's even more intriguing is a reference to a potential redesign of the classic GameCube controller. Could Nintendo be working on a new wireless GameCube controller? Right now, we have GameCube controller support, but not an official wireless one from Nintendo. Some third-party wireless controllers exist, but here's where it gets strange. Since the latest firmware update, some of those third-party controllers have stopped working. Maybe they just need a firmware update, but it's a weird coincidence, right? Shout out to Blue Bomber and Andres Restart for bringing this issue to light. Thanks, guys. Now, this got us thinking. Nintendo has released wireless controllers for older consoles like the NES, SNES, and Genesis. So, it's possible that next week's test could be for a new GameCube controller or a GameCube Nintendo Switch Online edition. But here's the question, why would Nintendo need to run a test for GameCube when they didn't do this for other systems they've added? There's another possibility that's been buzzing. Could this be a test for a GameCube streaming service? Now, we know the Switch can emulate GameCube games, but streaming might allow Nintendo to release games faster and test the waters. The only problem? The app for next week's test is 2.2 gigabytes in size, which is pretty big for a streaming service. So, maybe we're looking at a native GameCube Nintendo Switch Online edition with a handful of games, which would explain the size. But here's where things get even more interesting. Nintendo is recommending players use TV mode and a wired connection for the test. That's unusual for native games. So, is this test more than just about GameCube games? Could it be linked to new online multiplayer features or even social features like voice chat, messaging, and game help, something we've seen on PlayStation and Xbox? Nintendo might be preparing a big update, and it could be locked behind the expansion pass to appeal more to older gamers.